the miracles of the Quran. What are the miracles? In what way is the Quran miraculous? So what I've done is I've actually listed a few ways that the Quran is miraculous. Number one is the sequence of words. Now if you look at the sequence of the wording, the words have been put in such sequence, such order, that it's impossible for anyone to have actually imitate the Quran. In other words, if a person wanted to replicate the Quran, if a person wanted to repeat the Quran again, then the skill that they would require, in not only in the Arabic language, or not only in all the sciences, or not only in understanding the unseen, would be so great that humans, it would have been out of their capacity to be able to sequence such wordings together. Now here's a verse of the Quran. Now Allah says, أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ اللَّاتَ وَالْعُزَّى وَمَنَاةَ الثَّالِثَةَ الْأُخْرَى أَلَكُمُ الذَّكَرُ وَالْأُنْثَى تِلْكَ إِذًا قِسْمَةٌ ضِيزَى. Now here the word I want to highlight is ضِيزَى. So here Allah talks about, have you not considered Lat and Uzza and Manat, the third one? These are all three idols, three main idols of the Arabs. Is it for you the males and for him females? In other words, they used to say that Allah has daughters, and for themselves they used to hate daughters, they used to bury daughters alive. So Allah is saying that's strange. Lat is a female name, Uzza is a female name, Manat is a female name. So you've given God all female features, but yourselves you hate women. That's strange. That is indeed a division most unfair. The word here I want to point out is most unfair. Diza. Now look, in the entire Arabic language, there was no word that was best fitting for this place except for Diza. And the reason for this was possibly because of two reasons. Okay, so Diza in the Arabic language is a word which actually means being unfair. However, there are several other words which also mean unfair as well. So, Diza is one, you have Dhalima is another, and you have Ja'ira is another. So Allah did not use any of these names because they didn't fit here. The sequencing of wordings, these two wouldn't have been appropriate here. This is the one that Allah Ta'ala used here, Diza. And the word Diza itself, it also has another element to it that you don't find in Dhalima and Ja'ira. Diza also means something that's very strange. It has the meaning of strangeness in there as well. So Diza itself, all of these words mean unfair and unjust. But Diza is the only one that means strange. And to add to that, Diza is the only one, Diza is the only word that ends with a. So if you look back at the verse, you can see that all of the endings of all the verses, Uzza, Ukhra, Untha, Huda, all the ending of every verse ends with this phonetic sound. These. So this has three aspects to it. It ends with a. It has the meaning of unfair or unjust. And it also is a word that means something strange in itself. So just as their distribution, them saying that gods are feminine and they hate feminines themselves, just as this is unfair, Allah uses the word these are for them. So this is just one word. It's as though Allah had designed the Arabic language for the Quran. The Arabic language had actually been designed for the Quran. That's what it seems. This is what some scholars actually are on the opinion of. Because this would be impossible for any human to have come up with this word to have fit so beautifully in this sentence. So anyway, that's one aspect, sequencing of words.